The computer fundamentals. Learning object. Learning about the following points. 1. Central processing unit. 2. Hardware and software. 3. Types of software. The central processing unit. The central processing unit, that is CPU, is the brain of the computer. It controls the working of the entire computer system. The CPU is placed on the motherboard inside the CPU tower or system unit. When the CPU of a computer is on a single chip of silicon, it is known as the microprocessor. Chips are the size of a postage stamp. All personal computers have microprocessors in them. The central processing unit is made up of 1. The control unit, 2. The arithmetic logic unit, and 3. The memory unit or main memory. Control unit, CU. The control unit of the CPU sends commands, signals to the other components of the computer system. It controls and coordinates the various operations which take place in the computer. It acts like a traffic signal directing the flow of data in the computer. The arithmetic logic unit, that is ALU. The ALU is that part of the computer system where all arithmetic calculations and other logical operations like sorting and comparing of data take place. The main memory unit, that is MMU. The main memory is also known as the primary memory or internal memory of the computer. It is divided into random access memory, that is RAM, and read-only memory, that is ROM. Random access memory, that is RAM. 1. This is where the programs we are currently using get loaded. 2. RAM is known as temporary or volatile memory. That is, the data stored in RAM gets erased when we switch off the computer. It is known as read and write memory, as data here can be read and written. Now, read-only memory, that is ROM. 1. ROM contains a set of startup instructions for the computer system like checking the input-output devices, loading the operating system into the RAM, etc. ROM is permanent memory. The instructions stored here cannot be overwritten. These instructions have been stored at the time of manufacture of the computer. 3. It is known as read-only memory, as memory can only be read. Memory of the computer. Just like the computer has a brain, that is CPU, it must have a memory to store all the information. The smallest unit of a computer memory is a bit, short for binary digit. The value of a bit can be either 0 or 1. The table given below shows you the other units used to measure the memory. Smallest unit, 1 bit. 4 bits, 1 nibble. 8 bits, 1 byte. 1024 bytes, 1 kilobyte, that is KB. 1024 KB, 1 megabyte, that is MB. 1024 MB, 1 gigabyte, that is GB. 1024 GB, that is 1 terabyte, that is TB. Types of memory. The memory of the computer is divided into primary memory and secondary memory. Primary memory or internal memory is the high-speed memory whose function is to hold the programs and data being used currently. It is considered as the third component of the central processing unit. Primary memory can be further divided into RAM and ROM, about which you have already learned. Secondary memory or external memory is the memory of the computer which is used for long-term storage of data. This is the memory which permanently stores all your files. Secondary memory devices. We shall now be learning about the storage devices which form the secondary memory or permanent memory of the computer. The hard disk, floppy, CD, DVD, and pen drive are examples of secondary memory devices. These external storage units, other than the hard disk, which is fixed inside the CPU tower, are also used to transfer data from one computer to another. Floppy disk. The floppy disk is a small plastic disk coated with a magnetic material and enclosed in a square plastic casing. The disk is 3.5 inches in diameter and can store 1.44 MB of data, which is very little memory as per today's standards. Read and write data onto a floppy by inserting it in the floppy drive which is fixed inside the system unit. We must handle a floppy with care and protect it from heat, moisture, and damage. We must also protect a floppy from virus by scanning it for virus each time we use it. Optical disc. An optical disc is a storage device which uses a laser beam to read and write data. The compact disc and digital video disc are types of optical disc. Compact disc. The compact disc or CD is a circular plastic disc encased within a highly reflective metallic material. A CD can hold around 700 MB of data. CDs are very useful for storing images, music, and video files. They are also used to store and transfer application softwares, computer games, utility programs, etc. To read the data stored in a CD, it must be inserted into the CD drive, which is fixed inside the system unit. To write data into a CD, your CD drive should also be a CD writer. CDs should be handled with care and protected from dust, heat, and moisture. CDs are of three types. 1. CD-ROM. ROM stands for read-only memory. A CD-ROM contains data which has been written at the time of manufacture. The data can only be read but cannot be modified or erased. CD-R. Here R stands for recordable, which means that the data written by the user cannot be changed or erased. 3. CD-RW. Here RW stands for read-writable. A CD-RW can be used to write again and again. The data can be erased and modified as many times as required. Digital video disc. A digital video disc, that is DVD, looks similar to a CD, but its storage capacity is 7 times that of a CD. A DVD has 4.7 GB of storage capacity. We can store a whole movie on a DVD. To read a DVD, we insert it into a DVD drive or DVD player. Nowadays, DVD and CD combo drives are very common. These drives function both as DVD and CD. Flash drive, USB drive, pen drive. The flash drive or pen drive is a convenient way of transferring data as it is light and small, almost the size of your thumb. The pen drive is also known as a USB drive. USB stands for Universal Service Bus. The storage capacity of a flash drive can be 1 GB or more. A flash memory device is a solid-state device, which means that it has no movable parts. This makes it hardy and reliable. Flash drives can be plugged into any USB port of your computer. Data stored in a pen drive can be accessed much faster than any other external drive. Hardware and software. Hardware. Hardware refers to the physical parts of the computer system. It comprises the input and output devices, the CPU tower and its components. These are the tangible components of the computer system. Software refers to the programs that are stored in the computer. It is the intangible component of the computer system. The hardware and software components of the computer work hand in hand to make the computer function and carry out the task we ask it to do. Software can be categorized into two types: system software and application software. System software. System software refers to a set of programs which have been written for the functioning of the computer system. System software can further be categorized into A. Operating systems. B. Language processors. Operating systems. The operating system is a set of programs which allows you to communicate easily with the computer. It acts as an interface between the user and the hardware. Operating systems perform basic tasks such as recognizing input from the keyboard, sending output to the display screen, keeping track of files and directories on the disk, controlling peripheral drives like the floppy and CD drive and the printers, controlling and coordinating the working of the different programs. The commonly used operating systems for PCs are DOS, Windows, and Linux. Language processors. There are three types of computer languages. Machine language. The first type of computer language to be used was machine language. Machine language is also known as binary language, as it is written using only two digits, 0 and 1. Programming in machine language is very difficult and tedious. Assembly language. Assembly language programs are closer to the English language and use symbols called mnemonics. Examples of assembly languages are 8085 and 8086. Machine language and assembly language are considered low-level languages. High-level languages, that is, HLL. The development of HLL allowed programming to become a more popular activity as they are closer to the English language. Writing programs to create application programs become easier and faster because of the development of high-level languages. The computer understands only machine language. Language processors have the responsibility of converting programming languages like assembly language and high-level language into machine-understandable form. Assemblers, interpreters, and compilers are examples of language processors. Assemblers convert assembly language programs, while interpreters and compilers convert high-level language programs into machine language. Application software. Application software are programs which perform a specific task. Application software are of three types. 1. Customized application software. These are created according to the user's requirements. For example, school management software, general application software. These are software packages created so that they can be used by many people. For example, word processors, spreadsheets, programming languages like BASIC, Logo, C++, utility programs. These are programs that take care of your software. For example, antivirus programs, data compression programs, backup programs. Summary. In this chapter, we have learned following points. The memory of the computer is divided into primary and secondary memory. Software is of two types: system software and application software. And that's all in this chapter, student. Keep learning.